Nope is the newest movie written, produced, and directed by Jordan Peele. The movie follows a brother and sister duo who own a horse ranch, which they think is being terrorized by an alien UFO. Looking for fame and fortune, the siblings set out to capture the UFO on film to prove the existence of aliens. Now that's all I'll say about Nope, because obviously this movie has been shrouded by so much secrecy that it's kind of hard to say anything else about the movie. So when it comes to Nope, even though I'm not the biggest horror fan, I was really anticipating this movie. I've really enjoyed the previous works of Jordan Peele, Get Out, and Us, and Jordan Peele proved in those movies he's really good at taking conventional horror movie tropes and concepts and flipping it on its head. And he does the same thing here with Nope. Now Nope, unlike his previous movies, is not really a horror movie. The movie delves more into the territory of being a science fiction B-movie that you might find in like the 1950s, but with a much bigger budget. But I'll be honest, unlike Jordan Peele's previous outings, Nope didn't fully work for me. First off, this movie is way too long, and the first half of this movie I found, dare to say it, to be pretty boring. And that's mostly because I found that the first half of this movie took way too long to get going. Both Daniel Craig and Keke Palmer give great performances, but the characters weren't interesting enough to me for them to carry on this entire hour on their own. Keke Palmer is the standout, given a very energetic and fast-talking performance that without it would honestly leave this first hour feeling more like a drag than it already did. And I'm not saying that to be harsh. The first hour of this movie is filled with so many false scares, so many fake jump scares, that it really started to suck the tension out of the movie for me. And as a result, it felt like nothing was really happening. I wanted to check the time on my phone so many times throughout the first hour of this movie. And there were just so many elements in this first hour that just didn't work for me. The moments of levity and humor were just kind of falling flat for me. There's a side character and a side story that he's involved with that ultimately felt like it went nowhere. And I'll be honest, during the first hour of this movie, I was sitting on a not recommend. But just as I was about to say nope to Nope, the second hour kicked in. And in the second hour, no spoilers of course, that is when Jordan Peele takes this story of a UFO sighting on a family farm and flips it on its head. And does something really unique and interesting with it. Halfway through the movie, the reveal of what's actually going on and what this story is really about comes to light. And this reveal might be the make it or break it point for a lot of people. But for me, it made it. Once the reveal of what this movie's actually about happens, everything picked up for me. The humor suddenly started to work. I got way more interested in the story. I got more engaged with the characters and what they were doing. There were some good moments of tension and the thrills returned. And it wasn't even just like, I get this movie now. It was, finally, the movie has started. And I'm gonna buy this movie on Blu-ray just for that second half alone, because that is where I get torn over Nope. Because the first half, I was just so uninterested after a while. I felt like it meandered. I felt like it included details that did not need to be included in the story, and it took way too long to get to the point. But once it gets to the point, there's some really cool, interesting, and fascinating things happening on the screen that I was really into. But again, even though that second half of the movie gets so cool and so much more interesting, it's a really long journey until we get there. And the scenery isn't all that interesting to look at. I honestly think this movie would have been way better if it was cut down to maybe like an hour and 45 minutes. The first half an hour being the setup and then revealing what the story really is. Because by taking so long to get there, I had almost checked out of the movie before we had gotten to the stuff that was really great. Real quick, before we get to the end of this video, I just want to let you know that we do live streams on this channel every week at Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And all of the episodes of the live streams are available now on the Zach Milne Talks Movies podcast, available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Samsung Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, you can listen to the Zach Milne Talks Movies podcast today. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more movie-related TV and streaming content. Alright, let's end this video. But even though I was really engaged and really liked the second half of this movie, I can't ignore the hour that came before it that I honestly thought was pretty weak. And so for that reason, I think I'll split the difference and I'll give Nope a weak recommend. But man, it could have been so much stronger if Jordan Peele just cut out a few things and just tightened up that runtime. Guys, I appear to be in the minority. I've seen a lot of people out there, they're loving this movie, and maybe you're one of them. So comment down below and let me know all your thoughts on Nope. Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm crazy and stupid? I want to hear all your thoughts down below in the comment section. And I hope to talk to you guys again real soon.